G'day from Melbourne, Australia. My name's Patrick Jackson and I'm with the Joomla Volunteer Engagement Team. Did you know Joomla actually had its origins in Melbourne, as that's where Mambo, Joomla's predecessor, was based. So it's always good to be able to reach out to the rest of the community from where it all began. Speaking of community, Joomla's one big one. Over the years, thousands have contributed to the project in many ways, but there's still plenty to be done. Let me tell you about a few areas you might be interested in helping out with Joomla. Joomla is an open source project. One of the beautiful aspects of that is that anyone can become part of the process by going and contributing code, identifying and logging issues, and working on contributions that end up with real-world applications when Joomla users upgrade their sites and use the improved code to power the web. To get started contributing to code, you can visit issues.joomla.org or Joomla's GitHub repository github.com/joomla/joomla-cms and start resolving issues users have identified, or add your own. Programming from scratch isn't always the ideal starting point for everyone to jump into the project, so hang about and we'll tell you what's next. For every piece of code that is submitted by contributors, there's a testing phase. Every piece of Joomla code that's submitted has to be tested twice by humans to make sure that it actually works and does what it's supposed to do. If you're new to coding in Joomla, then getting started by testing patches is a great way to learn more along the way. During COVID-19 lockdowns in 2020, we started running a weekly event called Bugs and Fun at Home, designed to get on top of Joomla's backlog of bugs and get testing all the code that had been submitted for Joomla 4. That certainly helped me learn much more, not only about Joomla's codebase, but about using GitHub, local development environments, and good coding practices. Occasionally, as part of Bugs and Fun at Home, we regularly run special Google Meet sessions about different topics, including PHP Storm and Microsoft Visual Studio, which are tools that many contributors use for creating their code. To get involved more in Bugs and Fun at Home, visit docs.joomla.org and search for Bugs and Fun at Home, and they'll take you to a page that will get you on board with all the things that you can do as part of the program. Later in the year, Pizza Bugs and Fun will also be running again, which is a global event where local user groups get involved to test bugs, write documentation and translate Joomla, all in small groups in their local towns. If you're not a coder, then documentation is an area you might be more comfortable helping with. Visit docs.joomla.org to get started. You'll find a contribute section when you scroll down the page. The main concentration at the moment is to complete a number of Joomla 4 tutorials. So if you're an experienced technical writer and have been testing Joomla 4, feel free to create some more detailed tutorial documentation on how to use some of Joomla 4's new features. If you only have a short window of time available, comprehensive documentation can take time. Take a look at the maintenance items list on the Help with Documentation page, as there's tasks like updating images in existing documentation, organising pages, and transferring knowledge from GitHub to Joomla Docs for new and changed features that need to be completed. Joomla Docs currently uses MediaWiki to drive it. So to edit content, all you need to do is sign up, create a profile page for yourself, and then you can start editing content. One of Joomla's key selling points is that it has great multi-language functionality. Joomla has over 80 core language packs available for Joomla 3, and most of those are partway through translation for Joomla 4. There's a few places to work on translating different aspects of Joomla. Joomla has moved all its main translation activities across to Crowd in Enterprise. So you can get started by translating lots of Joomla information, such as marketing materials, and translate lots of Joomla extensions immediately by creating a Crowdin account by visiting joomla.crowdin.com. The core language packs are still in the process of being migrated to Crowdin Enterprise, so in the interim, to translate core files, check out crowdin.com/project/Joomla-CMS, where you'll see all of the available language packs, and you can jump straight in and translate your own language. Documentation also needs to be translated. That's done directly in Joomla Docs, so visit the Contribute section mentioned in the previous segment of the video to find out more about how to translate Joomla's documentation. Another great aspect of the Joomla community is that people have been helping each other solve problems via the Joomla forum over the years, and more recently on Joomla Stack Exchange. You can help others too by visiting forum.joomla.org or joomla.stackexchange.com and answer questions of other users looking for assistance. You might find that you also get involved more in the community through networking with people that are working on similar projects and problems that you're having yourself. Joomla's volunteers are known as Joomlas. Joomlas work in teams to provide various services and solve various problems for the Joomla project. If you're looking to apply skills that don't fit in with what we've already mentioned in this video, then contributing to a team might be something that you're interested in. You can find out about all of Joomla's teams by visiting the Joomla volunteer portal, which internally we call the JVP, at volunteers.joomla.org. If you're interested in working on a particular team, get in touch with the volunteer engagement team by emailing contact-vet@community.joomla.org, and we'll get in touch with the right people for you to talk to. Around the world, there's dozens of Joomla user groups meeting regularly. Many of them also organise conferences and events throughout the year. During 2020, many groups started meeting virtually, and that's continued into 2021. This has enabled people around the world to attend Joomla user groups more often than they might have, as they might not have previously had access to a user group locally. The trend of virtual user groups is set to continue even after the pandemic finishes, and some virtual user groups concentrating on special subjects like extension development are in the process of being formed at the moment. You can visit community.joomla.org to find out more about all the user groups and events currently registered with Joomla from around the world. If you're a Joomla subject matter expert, a Joomla enthusiast, or have just used Joomla in some unusual way, or just used Joomla, then the Joomla Community Magazine want to hear from you and hear your story. Published on the 20th of each month, you can find the magazine at magazine.joomla.org. Check the FAQ on the magazine site for information on becoming an author, and sign up to the newsletter to be among the first to find out when the latest issue is published each month. Joomla is volunteer driven, but also has a range of activities that it can't do without the financial support of sponsors from the community. Every sponsor is greatly appreciated. Community sponsorship is a perfect way for those who can't contribute time, but can contribute to the project financially to get involved. Many sponsors are companies who make their income directly from developing Joomla websites for clients, or by developing extensions for the wider Joomla community. Visit community.joomla.org and click on the sponsor item to find out more. So that's about all the different ways I can think to contribute to Joomla. But there's probably one easy way that you can get involved without really needing to do too much. That's simply to tell people about Joomla. It's the second most used content management system in the planet and powers about 2.5% of the web. Keeping that information in front of people means that Joomla will stay as a solution for people to consider going forward, and with the new features that are coming in Joomla 4, hopefully the market share will increase over time. So the key to volunteering with Joomla is you. If you'd like more information on volunteering, contact the Joomla Volunteer Engagement team or ask the staff that are in the booth today for more information. You can email contactvet@community.joomla.org.